That just happened. And also, we got a good look at the Cybertruck's Frunk finally. Let's take a look. Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All. I want to do a quick episode here because I was looking at the Cybertruck Frunk video that came out recently and I was like, that's very cool. And then Elon posted about Joe Rogan, apparently not Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan, shatters an arrow on the Cybertruck that would easily go through a normal car. And this is a great still frame from this. Of course, I will show the video, but let me see if I can blow this up just a little bit. Anyway, you can see here this incredible, like sparks going off and everything. Really awesome. Anyway, so yes, we got Joe Rogan shooting an arrow at the Cybertruck. I'm going to try to play this with the sound on. It's probably not going to be ideal here, but anyway, of course, I will leave a link to this in the description so you can listen to it. There's not a ton of useful sound. Just the funny part is listening to Elon laughing and telling him not to shoot straight at the truck because I think he was worried that the arrow might actually reflect backwards and come straight back at him. So I don't know if he did a slight angle or did it straight on, but anyway, so here we go. You can see. Yep. Right. So I think he's worried not about the arrow, but about the arrow bouncing back off of it. But anyway, nice compound bow here. And I mean, that's pretty freaking cool. It created all those sparks really quick. I love Elon laughing. I think it made a small scratch. It looks like it made a small scratch. And yep, just completely destroyed the arrow and the arrowhead. Yeah, just amazing. Wow. Well, now we know. So there you go. This is what happens when you bet Elon $1. So apparently it was $1 to win the bet. And like I said, Elon wins $1. So very, very nice. Anyway, that is pretty amazing stuff. So they shot a Tommy gun at it. So, I mean, arrows actually, weirdly enough, might have more of a chance than bullets because depending on the kind of bullet you use, of course, it's made out of lead, which is a soft material, and it's designed to kind of squish when it hits something. Whereas an arrow, especially with that type of arrowhead on it, is designed to penetrate very, very significantly. So really interesting that it did not go through either. I don't know if they tested it on that before, if Elon was just pretty darn confident that that was going to be the case. But anyway, pretty fascinating to see it's survived the arrow. And the still frame is just incredible here. I just love that still frame there. That's just, I don't know, maybe that needs to be my wallpaper. That's certainly going to be the thumbnail for the video of this video. I mean, it has to be, right? Anyway, I might try to punch up the sparks a little bit, but aside from that, I'll pretty much leave it as is because it's pretty perfect. All right, so anyway, let's take a look at Cybertruck's powered Frunk, Fred Lambert electric. Again, I'll leave a link to this in the description. We get our best look at the Cybertruck Frunk. There's an interesting one with a new sighting with the automatic closing in action. Before I read the rest of it, let's just take a look at that. Actually, let's go to the original part of this. This is by GX over on X, which is good. But anyway, unfortunately, it doesn't show the whole thing, but this quite clearly shows that the Frunk not only has power opening, but also power closing. If you don't know, the rear lift gate apparently has, I don't know if it's power opening, but if you tell it to open, like you remote control it, it will open and then slowly go down, but it will not go up. So you'll have to lift it up yourself. So that's the back gate. The Frunk obviously goes up and down on its own. So anyway, very cool. But we can also, if we take a look at this, the still frame here, see just how big this thing is. Let's see, there's a bigger, there we go. That's a nice clear image. But you can see this is very large. And I think last time we looked at this, we saw that it was a 5'7" person. I don't remember how many centimeters that is, 160-ish, something like that. Anyway, can fit in this, I think, pretty well stretched out, maybe with their legs bent a little bit. But anyway, it certainly will fit a long person. So it's long. It's rather skinny, but it's long. I also don't know that we had seen this plastic inset before. And now you can see there's like a Cybertruck, some sort of cyber writing on the inside. I assume that says Cybertruck there. And anyway, just very cool. We got, I assume 2 side lights, maybe just 1, but anyway, a nice amount of light there. This is, in my mind, the perfect grocery shopping thing. It's better than the rear. It's better than a hatchback for your car, especially if they allow the front bumper camera or the main cameras or something like that to, to allow you to activate it or something, or even from the app. Anyway, it will be a fantastic way to utilize the Frunk. I think that that's what I will do eventually when I get a Cybertruck. I don't know. If I could get an early enough model of the Cybertruck where it would still be interesting to people, I might try to damage the thing. But I also am just like, it would break my heart to be doing something like that to what looks like it might be a $90,000 truck, especially the tri-motor version of that. So it might be a little heartbreaking to do that. But anyway, okay. So the Fred's article here says we get our best look at the Tesla Cybertruck Frunk. Gosh, I can't say that. Our best look at the Tesla Cybertruck Frunk. There we go. With a new sighting of the automatic closing in action. The front trunk, or Frunk, is a popular feature with electric vehicles because, of course, they don't have motors, or they don't have engines. Sorry, they do have motors. They don't have engines. It is enabled by electric motors being much smaller than combustion engines. With the advent of electric pickup trucks, some are excited about the possibility of having large front trunks, enabling an enclosed cargo space on top of a large open bed in the back. In the case of the Cybertruck, Tesla seems to be always providing a tonneau cover for the bed, but another cargo area could still be very useful. I guess always meaning that there is no option without the tonneau cover. And that's the roll cover that goes across the back, by the way. Sorry, I was reading that going like, I don't understand that quite. Anyway, for example, if you used your bed to carry building materials, you could use your front trunk for things that you want to keep cleaner or locked potentially. With the few electric pickups on the market, we have seen a wide range of different frunk sizes. We already have caught glimpses of the Cybertruck's frunks in previous sightings, but now we get our best look at it in action with the powered front closing. There you go. We can also see the lights inside the frunk for the first time. It looks like one on each side. Tesla engineers have been spotted sitting in it in the past, and some speculated that it looked like the floor could be flat with the opening, basically making it a bench. But we now see that there's a bump at the edge. And honestly, I think that's probably a good idea, because I think if you're going to put anything that has any potential of rolling, including groceries or something like that, right? Bottles, whatever, that it would be nice when you opened it, if you were on a slight downhill slope or something, that all that stuff wouldn't just roll out away. So I'm very much of the thumbs up that there is a slight bump at the end of this. And it looks like it's a significant one. It kind of rolls up this direction, and then it looks like it's kind of flat on the back. So it'll be very good at blocking things from going through there, which is really, really good. Anyway, it could still be used as a decent bench for tailgating or front gating, I guess. And I think that's true too. If you want to sit on it, that little bump isn't going to make that much difference. You can also see that the Cybertruck logo in a cyberpunk-like font that Tesla trademarked early in the Cybertruck program is going to be front and center in the Frunk. So even though Cybertruck won't be apparently anywhere, it's not going to say Cybertruck anywhere. Maybe it will say it on the runners on the inside of the doors. You'll certainly see it when you open up the Frunk. And so that'll be a nice little bit of branding. Finally, it looks to be of a decent size. Maybe not as deep as some had hoped, but it looks like it could fit 2 large carry-on luggage or even a golf bag. So, yep, that's about right. Or a human or something. Not that I'm recommending it. Sounds like I'm part of the mafia or something. It's like I'm going to lock these people up in the Frunk instead of the trunk. It's the modern mafia. But anyway, given how short the front of the truck is, if you look at this, yes, there is a very large sort of like deck on the inside the windshield, but they have shortened up the front of the truck quite significantly since the original version of the Cybertruck. And so the driver is not that far behind the front of this. So, squeezing the motor in there and also having a frunk, and you can see that basically the tires are all the way out at the bumper. There's not a lot of hood space in front of that. So they've got it pretty compact, and to still have that large of a frunk, what they've done is they've gone from depth to breadth instead for the Frunk. But I think that that's just fantastic and really, really pretty lovely. And just let's watch it one more time in action because it's really cool. So it looks like it's got a reasonable pace. It will be one of those things where you can set it and walk away and it will close and you don't have to worry about it, or it will open within a couple of seconds so you don't have to sit there and wait for it for forever. So anyway, I'm super excited about that. Let's go back to the sparkles one more time just because it's pretty cool. Anyway, my son actually... I'm not much of a hunter, but my 2 younger sons are hunters, and they have been doing bow hunting recently. And so anyway, there's bows and arrows and stuff all around the house right now. So I'm quite familiar with compound bows and with broadhead arrows and everything. So anyway, really cool stuff. I am super impressed by the Cybertruck yet again. Again, bullets, you might think they come out of the muzzle of a Tommy gun, etc., much more quickly than an arrow does, obviously. but again, they're made out of lead. They're made out of a soft material. If you had armor-piercing bullets, more than likely they would go through this because that's the nature of them. But for this thing to resist an arrow, and really, it didn't even look like it scratched very much. It looked like you could barely even find where it actually hit. It just made a little scratch. That is pretty darn impressive stuff, and I think Elon and Tesla well deserve that dollar that they got. All right, so that's what I got for you today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And it's been a little bit loose because I wanted to get it out relatively quickly. I hope you like that as well. Anyway, please do like the video, you know, and all that kind of good stuff. Consider subscribing for more of this kind of content. Thank you to all of my patrons, my ex-subscribers, my YouTube channel members, and don't forget about purchasing a Tesla or a nice Cybertruck shirt. I wore this and then I forgot to even talk about that. So yeah, definitely get that. We got a whole bunch of stuff of that kind of stuff, Cybertruck themed merch in the merch store. So definitely check that out. Tumblers, t-shirts, all of that good stuff. Anyway, in the meantime, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.